All right, ladies and gentlemen, do I really have to do plumber?
Do it, Michael! Do it! Shut up and get out!
All rise for Team Storm.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this Team Storm Championship Extravaganza Bonanza Celebration Coronation Ceremony. And there you see Team Storm in subtotal celebrating their recent capturing of the tag team and heavyweight titles here in IWC. Welcome to Proving Ground 7. I'm Jay Worthington Farnsworth, and these are the champions of the world. As you can see, Jackson Argos has received some Mylar balloons from an adoring fan. Or fans, I'm not sure. And Jack Pollock, a noisemaker. And if you want to talk about a celebration, it doesn't get any more celebratory than this right here.
As we officially welcome you to White Oak, Pennsylvania, Jay Worth, I know you've been very opinionated about your thoughts of the official Team Storm Championship celebration. They ran the table at Cage Fury. They won all the championships available to them on that night. Tag title victory, IWC Championship, and now the rest of us just have to deal with it.
It comes off arrogant until you pull it off. And then, whether I agree with it, I agree with how they got here or not, they clearly deserve it. They were able to pull it off.
And Jay Worth, have we run down the name of the segment yet?
As a matter of fact, it has.
Surprised we have any more time to talk to anybody else after that.
Take a break, kid. This is Team Storm's time. I already saw the celebration. This is Team Storm's ninth. Can everyone see? Can everyone see? I know you want to take a lot of photos. Argos, take care of the flag.
You don't think this is a bit much?
Sure, but most championship extravaganza, bonanza, celebration, coronation ceremonies are a bit extreme.
When have we ever had one of those?
It even says extravaganza in the title. So
we've had many great champions through the years of all titles. We could list off for hours the names. None of them have ever felt the need to soothe their own egos like this.
Well, to be fair, none of those champions were Team Storm, who won them all on the same night.
If I could be serious for a minute.
I get it. With his Tim Hortons coffee. That little boy is just hijacking the extravaganza.
Not yours. Sit down, shut up, and listen. There's a few people here tonight that I want to thank. There's a few people out here that have followed my journey, my career, everything that I've done to get to that moment at Cage Fury when I became Justin Plummer's World Heavyweight Champion.
And looking right at Justin Plummer as he says it. Those two will never be on the same page.
Justin Plummer staring right back.
Emotionless. Imagine what's going through Plummer's mind knowing these men, his mortal enemies, are representing his company. He can't do a thing about it.
I mean, the look says it all.
Serious right now. We're being serious, brothers. Shut up.
You see the Rookie of the Year awards.
From the bottom of my heart, to those who believed in Jack Pollock.
The original contract briefcase in there.
You know, Jackson Argos is the only one to have won those twice.
So he says.
The plan that we set 2 years ago.
I don't believe in those boots.
RC Dupree, thank you. Jackson Argos, thank you. Thank you for giving me a chance to lead you guys to gold. Thank you guys for giving Jack Pollock the chance to be your brother.
They look like they're going to cry.
I think RC already is.
Oh, group hug. Does anybody have a barf bag?
She might.
I don't want to start crying again.
Oh, no.
Again?
But I thought I should give you people just a little bit of a recap on the history of Team Storm. The three of us were told that we weren't allowed to work for the owner of this company, Justin Plummer. And you know what we did? We won contracts. I got told that I couldn't win Rookie of the Year twice. Guess what? Did it!
I mean, he has the trophies.
We got told that we would never be tag team champions. Guess what? We did it!
And there's an angry tag division underneath that.
That he would never sit at the top of the food chain. He was told that he would never become what he is today. And that is your World Heavyweight Champion! So with that all being said, and now that you're all up to date on how awesome we are, RC Dupree and I would like to thank the one man that made all of this possible, and that's you, Jack.
What a mutual admiration society.
So what we're gonna do right now, and all you morons had better sing along. RC, would you please count it down? Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. He's a jolly good fellow. 4, he's a jolly good fellow.
Get the hook.
For those who don't know, he was counting down in French, kind of. That was almost French.
He was counting up, more like it. Well, here are a couple of fellas that are much less than jolly after they watched Team Storm weasel away with the tag team championships and not a moment too soon to crash this obnoxious celebration.
if you want to talk about two men that have a justifiable right to have chips on their shoulders, it's these two. At least I assume they're coming out.
The main event, Pro Wrestling's All-Star, Cannon Jones Jr., the meta-human Duke Davis, former IWC Tag Champs. And that may be a sign of things to come for the members of Team Storm. And you know they've been working for a year, Jayworth, diligently. After success on their very first night, they felt that they deserved a shot against the Frat. They thought they deserved a shot against the team that was handed the titles after the Frat. And now they feel they deserve a shot at Team Storm. How can you argue their worthiness, Jayworth?
Oh, I cannot. I absolutely agree. They deserve another title shot. Every time they get close, something blindsides them and the title goes elsewhere. I think they deserve a shot more so than probably any other team in IWC. It's just whether or not Team Storm grants them one.
And the mood on the faces of Team Storm has taken a 180.
Oh, I mean, they did crash the championship extravaganza bonanza celebration coronation ceremony.
Thank you for clarifying. And the chants of TME ring out throughout a packed White Oak Athletic Association. I guess main event's invitations got lost in the mail, right?
I mean, mail moves pretty slowly through Canada.
Let's see. The obnoxious champions continue to gloat in the face of adversity. Something to be said about being a bit too comfortable, maybe?
True.
Oh! Argos got popped, so did Dupree! And main event, this is Lloyd Pollock with the championship. Oh! Canada shot to Pollock out! Duke! Oh! Pollock put through the table! Fearless leader in a crumpled heap!
Head bounced off it, body thrown through it. All that's left is to sweep it up.
All that's left is to give us a visual of what's to come.
Hey, Jay. How's the celebration going, buddy? We're going to clean this up because I think these people came to see some wrestling tonight, but I just want to let you know that 2 weeks from tonight, we're going to be right down the street at Quinton Sports Center for IWC Unbreakable, October 6th. And on that night, it's your first title defense. And on that night, we're going to hang this title 20 feet above the ring. And we're going to do it like we do it every year. It's going to be a 6-man Unbreakable Heavyweight Championship ladder match. I think we're going to find 5 guys pretty quick, and I don't know, I think I found 2 right here. What do you guys think?
Whoa! Main event competing for the IWC Championship?
Jack Pollock defending his title in a 6-man ladder match. It's going to involve Duke Davis and Cannon Jones Jr.
Man, that's huge! You know the Plumber took great delight and brings back the Unbreakable Championship ladder match. Pollock won the title, but now Plummer is going to help dictate how Pollock has to defend it. 6-way ladder match, Promoter's Revenge, coming up in 2 weeks. Kicking off official in-ring action. This is IWC Proving Ground 7. We didn't get a chance to really kick things off in a proper wrestling context. My name is Joe Dombrowski. Of course, you're Jay Worthington Farnsworth. And tonight is an annual IWC tradition because the graduating class of the IWC Wrestling School, the ICWA, Iron City Wrestling Academy, have their very first career matches. We've launched a lot of careers from this event. Britt Baker comes to mind, a number of others over the years. We are going to see the next incarnations of these athletes.
Absolutely. And I'm not quite sure who this is coming out on the first.
We saw Darin Dinero debut around a Proving Ground time. We saw the first appearance of Bulk Nasty. Mandine.
And so let's say first, please ready to win. In the company and the queen of wrestling, Arquette, from Intercourse, Pennsylvania, weighing at 190.69 pounds, the Mandine,
Mandine has been seen before here in IWC, though his official matchup is moments away. Mandine is part of that Katie Arquette entourage, along with Calvin Couture. I understand Calvin is touring the exotic islands here this weekend.
I hope he has a lovely time.
So I'll tell you what, where Calvin isn't, Mandine is, and sometimes they're both backing up Katie Arquette. Either way, they've been instrumental in helping Katie shoot to one of the top contender spots of the women's division, maybe the top contender spot after tonight.
So, I need you to help me out with the young person speak.
Yes.
What does man-dime mean?
Well, dime meaning 10 cents is like a perfect 10.
And I think the Spasmanian Devil just went by. I saw some confetti in a balloon and a whole bunch of hair.
The frenetic energy of Andrew Palace is palpable throughout White Oak Athletic Association Complex. And Jay Worth, we've been here a lot over the years. It's been a few years since IWC has hosted an event here. I've never seen this building this packed.
Yeah, what a healthy crowd here tonight.
And a healthy appetite for competition from Andrew Palace, former IWC champion multiple times, Super Indy champion, and again, somebody who is a product of the Proving Ground. And we've seen Palace grow leaps and bounds year over year, maybe the largest and the biggest year-to-year turnover of success than any of the IWC homegrowns in the past 5 or 7 years.
I mean, I remember when he was training and the only thing he did at shows was set up a ring. He never got anywhere near it when there was actual wrestling.
Yeah.
And I've watched him just mature and improve with each and every match.
A lot of these athletes we'll see here tonight fit that same description. They've been traveling the roads by IWC, setting up rings, working security, event staff, tearing tickets, anything they can to get close to the action, just hoping for that opportunity that's here tonight. And anytime I see Mandime, him and Katie are always just off in a corner together, just chit-chat, talking.
Well, Mandime's been training, but frankly, making a friend like Katie Arquette can only help.
But you gotta wonder what the relationship is between Mandime and Katie. Is he a bodyguard of sorts? Is he an assistant? Is there a personal affinity there? We're not really sure.
Well, I believe Elijah's role within the group is he is the Mandime.
And that's why you're the best color man in this business today.
Do what I can, Joe.
Side headlock by Elijah Dean. And a hard takedown. Now, the theme of the night, Jay Worth, is going to be the different levels of experience. Now, it's tough to beat Andrew Palace no matter who you are. But to be contesting against Andrew Palace in your very first matchup, that's a very, very big hurdle. Do you have any advice, if you were the Mandime, what you'd do in this situation?
Cheat. I mean, I say that, I realize that sounds a bit joking, but honestly, if you want to look to get a win, it's time to figure out where the boundaries lie, what you can get away with and what you can't.
Mandime's going to have some tailbone issues for the duration of this evening, as Palace has the fireman's carry. Oh, the old airplane spin. Shades of Mike Rotundo.
Someone knows Al Perez at quarter.
And Mandime rocking and reeling, the drop kick takes him down. Katie Arquette, concerned look on her face.
Well, you notice, quick to his corner, trying to help him out. It's good to have a mentor along the road.
And Elijah Dean elevates Palace, who lands on his feet. And Mandime just digging the thumb into the eye.
Smart. I like it.
Doesn't take much to buy your appreciation, does it? Just a little thumb in the eye, maybe some choking. Hey, Katie's got the foot.
There we go.
And, oh man, Don kicking the rope. Right to a sensitive location of Andrew Palace. Palace hung up. DDT. I think the DDT was a perfect 10. Cover here to count only.
And Elijah Dean looking good so far. It says something that he's able to take control over Andrew Palace.
Oh, without question. But you got to give the assist to the young lady at ringside.
Well, yeah, she's helping mentor him, giving him advice.
The fans chanting "Man Penny." That would make him a 1 out of 10, Jayworth.
Yeah. I mean, I'm already having shirts printed that exclaim that I'm a man quarter.
A man quarter. You're a 25 out of 10?
Yeah.
That's unsettling.
I mean, I think that's kind of obvious. Nice knee to the gut. Elijah Dean just stopping Palace's offense right in his tracks.
He's doing a great job of dictating the tempo of this matchup, which is not often something that you learn to do as a rookie. That takes time and seasoning. But nice fisherman suplex. Does he lock the fingers? No, couldn't lock the fingers. Obviously, Mandine being out there at ringside with Katie for much of the year 2018 has helped him pick up some tricks of the trade.
Well, yeah, I mean, you gain experience through a number of means. I mean, personal one-on-one is the best way, but if not, getting there and getting to go out and seeing what works in matches definitely helps.
Reversal now, Palace. I'll duck the head too soon. There's that rookie mistake you're looking for. But Mandine counters. Oh. Kick caught Palace on the side of the jaw. Is it enough to keep Palace down to count only?
5 minutes gone by.
We've seen athletes before here in Proving Ground come in as a definitive underdog and beat some of the best and most established stars in IWC history. We may not just see a debut somewhere here tonight. We can see a career get made.
I mean, honestly, you already listed all of the accomplishments that Andrew Palace has racked up here in IWC. To have your first match and beat a man of that caliber would speak volumes about your career.
And on the flip side, Jayworth, we've seen guys make their debuts at Proving Ground and, quite honestly, have never been heard from again. This is a hard business, and this is a very competitive locker room. If you don't stay at a high level month after month, you may not be long for this world.
This is the wake-up call, for lack of a better term. This is what you've trained for. Now it's time to find out what you've trained for.
Yeah. Training is the hardest thing you go through in your life, learning to be a professional wrestler. But that's cake compared to what you got to do to survive the shark infested waters.
In training, everything is set up and designed for you to...
Oh, wait a second. Mandine went for that DDT a second time, but Palace, resourceful, was able to unhook the legs. Oh! Mandine dropped high and tight.
Into the ropes, onto his head, and Andrew Palace may have just bought himself some time to recover from Mandine's offense.
May have bought himself a victory via opponent unable to continue. Mandine stirring. Katie Arquette, she's having a conniption fit out there now. One of her prized entourage members may be in traction if this keeps up. Oh,
A set of knuckles right across the face.
Oh, here we go, Jayworth. Could be hernia driver.
Elbow to the head.
Yeah. And every time Palace tries to elbow or tries to elevate Elijah, he comes up with the elbow. Oh, half and half. Good God. And now Palace double underhook Tiger driver. Could this be it? Ooh. At half and half suplex, shades of former IWC Tag Champion double Budokan. Then come back with a Tiger bump. Palace is digging out deep in the arsenal to try to find a way to stop Mandine.
I haven't seen that toss Tiger driver. I don't know in how long.
And now Palace signals for the hernia driver. It's one of those things where your bread and butter doesn't work, you got to adjust. What? No, Palace not going for the hernia driver, and Katie doesn't want to see anymore. Elijah begging for help here.
Needs a little advice.
Oh no! Palace puts the brakes on. Didn't want to hit Katie. Elijah at all. Let him steal it. No.
I thought he had it.
A lot of people here did. Palace kicks out just in the nick of time. Look at the clothesline. Oh, nice power slam. Ooh. Into the senton as well. Great combo. Mandai pulls it off. No.
And he can't let the frustration set in. He has a great opportunity. Stay on him.
We get a long 2 count multiple times over in this situation.
Dean warming up that right arm.
Oh, right that discus shot and a Palace out of the way. Oh, Palace connects. Elijah D is rubber-legged, and Palace hits a pile driver. Illegal in Memphis, legal here. Palace the victory.
Here's the winner,
And as Palace checks his teeth, an impressive showing by Elijah Dean.
Mandon put himself on the map, and I think he's proven that, along with Calvin, we can't forget about him, Katie Arquette's entourage, not just self-professed to be beautiful, certainly very dangerous as well.
Very true. I mean, you saw what he was able to pull out against Andrew Palace.
But Andrew Palace has a goal in his own right. Strung up and hung from the neck by Jock Sampson a month ago. You know that was a message to the man from Appalachia if he winds up watching this match.
Oh yeah, and I guarantee that somewhere out there, the king of the one-night stands is watching this.
Jock has a vendetta, blames Palace for why Jock hasn't succeeded at IWC, but Jock Sampson's no man dime, no rookie. Palace has his work cut out for him when he gets in the ring with genuine Jock. Katie's not handling this the most dignified way.
No, not at all.
Looks like Katie wants to fight now.
I thought she was going to fight Mandon.
No.
This next contest is set for one fall, and it is a triple threat match to determine the #1 contender to Britt Baker's IWC Women's Championship. Already in the ring, she's from the red carpet, the queen of the silver screen, Katie Arquette.
Katie is so upset she was willing to forego her entrance and her spotlight. That says a lot.
Yeah, she is not one to forego the bright lights.
Way down the aisle, currently on the Platinum World Tour,
Ray Lynn, Rachel Bostic, she's got numerous names I can never really sort out, but it remains to be seen how she's going to fare in this contest. Rachel has always been an individual that's been on the cusp of success here in the IWC Women's Division. She's as good as anybody we've had in these doors, and that covers a lot of ground. And of course, the wife of Dylan Bostic, who we'll see a little bit later on. Rachel Bostic was the very first rival of Britt Baker when Britt made her Proving Ground debut. Could be full circle if Rachel can earn a women's championship opportunity. And it'll be in the month of November, J-Word, where the winner of this matchup will challenge Baker for the IWC Women's Championship. We got one more competitor to go. Jinx and Katie Arquette, two more athletes who debuted at Proving Ground a couple of years ago, and two athletes who have always been at odds. Philosophically, they're different, lifestyles are different, and they always had that competition in amongst themselves. Who's going to be that preeminent female star in their training class? And that really is a rivalry that continues to wage to this day.
Yeah, they've never been on the same page. I don't think they ever even looked to have the same book, to be honest.
Jinx, a last-minute substitute, gave a very tough outing to Katie a month ago with Cage Career, but Katie got the upper hand. Katie's been calling out Britt Baker for many, many months and feels Britt Baker has been ducking and dodging the challenge of Katie Arquette. Where do you stand on that issue?
I mean, you can debate it all you want. Neither of us knows what's in Britt Baker's mind. What we do know are the actions, and Britt Baker hasn't been here to face Katie Arquette's challenge. So I think Katie makes a valid point. It's up to Britt Baker to disprove it. Having said that, Britt was injured a night or two ago, and we wish her a quick recovery.
And as a moment ago, we had a very loud chant to beat up Katie, as it seems like Jinx and Rachel have decided Katie's the one to beat. Katie's the one with the momentum, and it's hard to argue that. You talk about Britt Baker and Katie. They did have a women's championship matchup here in IWC back at, I believe, the anniversary event earlier this year. And as a result, Katie thought that she won the women's championship, but on a technicality, it was pulled back. The decision was reversed because I believe there was some interference from the entourage that was detected, the insertion of a foreign object as well. Katie, for about 45 seconds, was holding that women's championship. She thought that she had finally bested Britt Baker, but it was not to be. Britt protested the management, got her way, and Katie's been calling out Britt ever since for not being here. She was close. I'm not going to deny it. Britt was defeated at one time.
She wasn't close. She was there. She crossed that finish line, and then they walked it back.
Backslide for two. Jinx on Ray Lynn. Katie, perhaps the intelligent move here. Is it an intelligent move to be out of the ring? It's one fall. You can't lose on the outside, but you can't beat anybody either.
Well, there she is, back in quickly. It's a smart move because it's the beginning of the match, Joe. You wouldn't want to do that at the end, but while everyone's still relatively fresh, let them beat that crap out of each other.
Oh, the double noggin knocker. You know, at any given night, anybody could beat anybody here in IWC.
Oh, I agree.
We've seen matches go 35, 40, 45 minutes. We've seen matches go 2 or 3 minutes. You never really know what you're to see.
Well, we just saw 2 hip attacks, and Jinx up to her feet.
Yeah, Katie went to that well once too often. Ray Lynn charges in with a knee. And there's some of that competitive fire.
And a drop kick square into the chest.
By the one who calls herself Bloody Adorable. I think tonight she's a little more bloody than adorable.
Yeah. That scream seems a little more primal than celebratory.
Oh. And Jinx, that was unique. Able to use Bostic, Ray Lynn Bostic as an offensive weapon almost, and try to get the pin.
Kicked the leg out, had her opponents hit a stunner.
And that's really smart because that neutralizes both athletes, gives her a chance to neutralize Katie and try to pin Ray. And there you see Ray Lynn now on top. Is she going to pin Katie Arquette? 2 count.
But only for 2.
Is there an athlete you would prefer to see challenge Britt Baker in November?
To be honest, no. I mean, I think all 3 would be a good matchup. I think Katie Arquette has a valid claim to wanting another match. I think Jinx would be fascinating to see what would happen.
I agree.
And
this is fascinating as everybody's looking for leverage. German suplex. God. Katie's got power behind her.
Yeah, and Ray Lynn got that boot.
Her head and neck got rocked. Oh, my God.
Oh.
And Jinx, this is her signature move. She can get this bulldog off. I'm not sure if she got enough momentum. She got the impact. We'll see. Can it put away Ray Lynn? Oh, we won't find out. Katie makes the save.
Crosses her to the outside.
Katie going to get the pin here. Katie Arquette, the opportunist, just snuck in and stole the pin.
Number 1 contender for the IWC Women's Championship, completed on the silver screen.
Well, Joe, once again, Katie Arquette proves she has a rightful claim to a title match. At this point, it's official. And boy, Jinx doesn't look happy.
Well, yeah, Jinx's temper got the better of her on this exchange after this matchup because she realizes What she did was enough to win the matchup, but just the extra X factor there. Katie Arquette, the opportunist, and it's Katie and Baker once again, finally, this November on IWC live event in Fort Times Sports. Tense, high-strung emotion in this matchup. The antithesis of Team Storm's success at Cage Fury was the demise of this relationship.
Pennsylvania, weighing in at 192 pounds, the heir of Darin,
Chris LeRusso and Bulk Nasty were handed the IWC Tag Team Champions thanks to Justin LeBell and his power of attorney and some legal threats based on his legal team. But man, we saw Wardlow, the man with War in his name, finally stand on his own 2 feet and break away from Team LeBell. And this man lost the tag titles in the process.
My benefactor and manager, Justin LeBell, has not yet recovered from what happened to Cage Fury.
Means he's scared.
And he has charged me to make sure that Wardlow never, ever wrestles in IWC ever again. The bar will not be back until Wardlow is dealt with. And I make a guarantee. Wardlow will not only be dealt with, Wardlow will not only be defeated, the man with war in his name will be destroyed.
That is a bold, brazen claim from the heir apparent who, mentally speaking, is as strong as anybody in this industry. But how do you match up to Wardlow, let alone destroy the indestructible?
Mental strength is great.
weighing in at 264 pounds, the man who called
As I was saying, mental strength is great, but this is wrestling where strength is really what matters. And I think that Wardlow has it by the time. Look at the size of Wardlow.
Wardlow is no longer IWC champion, and it's because yet another Justin LeBell plan went awry. And where Justin LeBell goes awry, so too does Bulk Nasty and Chris LeRusso. LeRusso will pay for the sins of the group in this matchup, you gotta believe.
Oh, I assume. Oh, look out!
And LeRusso feels this is his court, it is his kingdom, and all should bow down to him, but might makes right in the world of Wardlow.
And LeRusso, so far, smart, attacking before the bell, getting out of the way, getting caught.
There's smart, and then there's just impossible odds to mount yourself against.
I think I saw some of his smarts fly off there.
I think he landed on his smarts. Look out, feel across the ring.
We have seen this group form, mutate, feud with each other, recombine, and now finally implode.
And with LeBell not here, and LeRusso left to mind the store, and the unbridled rage of Wardlow one-on-one, we are seeing Wardlow truly in his element here. There's nobody dictating to him, nobody directing him into plans he was unaware of or unsure of. This is Wardlow at his best.
Well, LeRusso is minding the store, but it's a candy shop, and a bull just got in.
Oh. And I'll give credit to LeRusso. He's just staring in the mouth of hell, and he's still marching into battle. I mean, Wardlow has ended more careers here in IWC than maybe anybody else I can think of. And that was just another day at the office when he did that. Now he's pissed off.
Yeah. All of a sudden, it's not his job. He just wants to do it now.
Well, LeRusso pulling a member of our ringside event staff in the way to to create a diversion, and it was able to get Wardlow off his feet. LeRusso, very adept with his feet, studied martial arts. The striking game is LeRusso's pet project here. If he's going to be successful, Wardlow hits the post, that won't hurt as well. But do you want to throw hands with a guy like Wardlow?
I don't if he's standing. I wouldn't let him get up. Keep him down, ground and pound. There we go. It's a smart strategy. You just have to stick to it.
LeRusso can be meticulous. He can be cerebral. Drop kick connects. And to your point, Jayworth, keeping Wardlow off his feet, that reverse chin lock is cinched in. LeRusso maybe with a chance to plan ahead here. We've seen people knock Wardlow down. Not many, not often, but we've seen it happen. We've only seen really one man on his own keep Wardlow down.
I was going to say.
Oh, look at this! All day long, Wardlow scoops up. LeRusso lands on his feet. And LeRusso connects with that side kick. Right to the back of the neck. And there again, pointing to the brains. LeRusso will need brains to survive this. And that elevation impresses me every single time. LeRusso into the lateral press, only a count of one. I'm not sure if anybody has a more beautiful and effective leg drop anywhere in this industry today than Chris LeRusso, and he certainly is aware of it.
And he uses it to great effect. As you can see, Wardlow down, LeRusso on top.
Wardlow has no leverage at this point. Now he does. Gets to his feet. Notice LeRusso sensed his grip loosening, immediately readjusted.
I don't know if I'd give him that much space.
I think I just woke Wardlow up. I'm not going to knock a hit-and-run mentality, but needs a lot more hit and a lot less run.
Well, I don't know. I think at this point I'd abandon the game. Throw all my stocks into run and get out of town.
Wouldn't blame you, German suplex.
Before something like that starts happening.
And Wardlow hanging on. LeRusso looks like a rag doll. LeRusso blocks suplex 3. Only for a moment.
To his credit, he let go of the hair.
Indeed he did. Will not disagree. Wardlow may leave with LeRusso's entire head as a trophy case by the end of this matchup, as Wardlow finds 2.
5 minutes gone by.
That felt sort of like some mercy. Like, I don't think he really wanted the pin there. I think he was willing to say, are you willing to give up?
Yeah, I don't think Wardlow could give a damn less if this match ends now or not, because that's more pain as LeRusso hangs up Wardlow's throat first. Springboard in, forward! Nice agility by LeRusso. More than halfway across the ring. Well, LeRusso, get him here! 2 count only. Wardlow powered LeRusso back up to his feet. Can you believe that?
I can. Have you seen Wardlow? He's the definition of power.
LeRusso trying to strike his way out of the wrath of Wardlow with a debilitating clothesline.
Now, up to the top rope again. Oh, hung up. Oh, throttled, dropped, and then a knee to the solar plexus.
Yeah, Wardlow with a tag team assist from Gravity that time. Whoa! 300-pounder, other member of Team LeBell, Bulk Nasty.
And Nasty just shoves one of the security guards, grabs a chair.
Yeah, Bulk ain't here for a verbal debate. Now Bulk charges in, and Wardlow is going to fight the world here if he has to. Clothesline duck, second time. Wardlow explodes. At 300 pounds, nearly set for a loop.
He went right through him with that clothesline.
LeRusso the chair, that'll do it. That's a disqualification, and Wardlow was barely phased by it. LeRusso's gonna die. Here comes Bulk. Oh, up. Bulk with a choke slam.
Down.
I've never seen anybody manhandle Wardlow like that. And LeRusso with a chair.
You know, just pushing that chair into Wardlow's throat. There are no muscles in the throat.
It is a 2-on-1 assault.
Don't tell me what I can and can't do.
And we need some help out here desperately. Wardlow, I've never seen him like this before.
And
he can't breathe. Oh no. Wardlow can't breathe. This rookie referee, it's his first night on the job. Oh no.
you know, they teach you to stand up for yourself as a referee.
No.
He's finding out what the cost of that is.
Dalton Nasty's a damn bully.
Oh, you're just finding that out? As Bulk Nasty said, don't tell me what I can and can't.
Look at Wardlow. Wardlow's got LeRusso. LeRusso in a Bulk. Wardlow will not die.
Wardlow just threw Chris LeRusso into Bulk Nasty. Like he was a weapon.
Look who's holding me back. No one holding you back. Come on out.
Wardlow stands tall against the man he's previously stood side by side with. LeRusso, Bulk, they took him down, couldn't keep him down, and LeRusso getting that intentional disqualification. That was a far cry from destroying Wardlow, but it may have only prolonged the inevitable.
Yeah, I don't see any quit in Wardlow. I don't think he stops until all of Team LeBar is gone. Whoever signs that contract for LeBar, be forewarned.
Well, we're about set to see another debuting star, IWC. Not just their debut here, their first match ever.
He weighed at 206 pounds.
Johnny Patch was a small-town boy, but always was seeking the thrills, always wanted some adrenaline rush in his life, wanted some attention, and decided to start accepting dares from his friends. The dares became progressively more and more high risk, and eventually, it just naturally led him to, really, Jay Worth, one of the ultimate high-risk dares. That's jumping into the world of professional wrestling.
Oh, I thought you were going to say having his debut match against a man with the pedigree of DJC.
That too. DJZ is a former two-time Impact Wrestling X Division champion, a man that has held every IWC championship he's eligible for, Triple Crown champion, and even though he debuted before Proving Ground was a concept, Jayworth, he can trace his roots in this company back to age 16.
I was there when he was getting trained. I was there as he rose through the ranks. You want to talk about a hometown boy? It doesn't get much more hometown than DJZ.
A man who trained at the precursor to the ICWA, the old Coalition of Competition. In the same training class as the New Age Plague Gory, who we'll see a little later on tonight. But Johnny Patch is chasing that next thrill, chasing that next dare, living life on the edge. And to your point, Jay Worth, yeah, it's a risk to get into professional wrestling, but he's taking the biggest risk out of any of the debuting stars here tonight with the opponent he drew.
Yeah, especially, I mean, DJZ, we've seen a mean streak come out in him on occasion.
100%. We've seen all facets of DJZ's mentality in his move. We've seen him happy and smiling. We've seen him having a good time. We've seen him dancing and DJing. We've seen him with a killer instinct and everywhere in between.
And it would shock me to see DJZ tie up Johnny Patch and possibly tear a cuff, tear a tendon in his career in the ring if he's not careful.
And DJZ's not gonna take it easy on Johnny Patch. He's gonna test him. He's gonna see what this kid's made of, without a doubt. And DJ Jesse on the ball. DJZ may be one of the most complete athletes that IWC has ever seen. Just mastering every style, every match type. He was part of Triple Mania a few weeks ago for AAA. Extensive tours all over the world. Of course, Impact Wrestling, Evolve. It's hard to name somewhere that DJZ has not been over the last few years. Impact Wrestling recently captured the Tag Team Championship with Andrew Everett. I mean, this guy's anywhere and everywhere. He was DJing the pre-show party at All In Chicago. I mean, this guy's been a part of some major culturally significant events lately for pro wrestling.
And he takes something away from each and every one of those. He builds a little more upon what he's able to do both in and out of the ring.
Every time I see the guy, his hair looks different.
Yeah. The man's known for having a good set of hair. So this, dare I say, clean cut look?
This is like flashbacks to DJZ 2008 when he won the IWC title.
Yeah.
As Patch connects with a drop kick, let's not understate this. Patch just drove DJZ out of an IWC ring with a drop kick.
And there's the temper.
And Patch looking for that adrenaline rush, but DJZ the opportunist. We talked about the rookie mistakes. There was Patch's.
It's easy to hear the fans applaud and get sucked in by it.
Oh, yeah.
Patch needs to learn not to do that.
Especially the first time you hear that.
Yeah.
Ooh. But now comes the wrestling lesson.
Speaking of hearing things, I can hear that chop from all the way over here.
Without question.
There's another. Welcome to the business, kid.
Well, Patch has been very, very dedicated to the business in his own right. We're going to test that dedication now. Here comes Z. Oh. Hard collision on the outside as Patch is able to turn things around.
A hard chop of his own.
He's matching DJZ shot for shot. And now Patch going to take a chance here. Oh, no! Patch gets flung overhead, and that was a daredevil stunt that perhaps he was not intending to perform.
Speaking of daredevil stunts, DJZ just cleared himself a runway.
Oh, no.
And I see a chair there in the corner.
That's not a model runway either. DJZ flies. Clears the guardrail. DJZ gets better and better every time he comes back. And Patch flung back over that guardrail, and this is a true gut check at this point. Is he going to come back from this?
And you can hear DJZ trash talking a little to the American Daredevil.
Yeah.
That was a solid clothesline.
Absolutely.
Ruxpin, stay down.
DJZ charged him with a clothesline. And DJZ, I'm not sure if it's confidence, cockiness, how you want to dictate it, but Z looks like he's in the driver's seat in a big way.
You know, I recall a young DJZ having one of his first big matches against Homicide. Having Homicide take his head off a time or two with a clothesline. So this may be him exercising some demons from how many years ago?
That was Super Indy 4 on IWC DVD and MP4 IndyWrestling.us. DJZ with a vicious clothesline reminiscent of that same match you just referenced.
No, a stomp to the fingers.
This is a wrestling lesson. What do you maybe call this tough love, Jayworth?
Yeah, this is the American Daredevil learning all facets of the business all at once by having them dropped on him from a great height. Ooh. And make no mistake, those chops are legit.
Without question. And Patch has stood out in his class. No knock on anybody else. Wait, let's call this first. Patch reverses! Crucifix pin! Can you imagine if Patch can pin DJZ? First time out. Jackknife pin. Another near fall. DJZ bridges up.
The amount of strength that takes. Oh!
And see with the jawbreaker. And a springboard back elbow.
And some solid torque in that elbow. Got to swing around and really connect to the side of the jaw.
It's a cover to end. But was speaking about Patch a moment ago, he's one of those guys who, he stayed awake 30, 40, 50 hours in a row, working multiple jobs, setting up the ring, driving the ring truck, doing whatever he can to be around this business, doing whatever he can to make this work. Because that's the dedication and passion he has, and certainly that's reminiscent of many names you can look at in the past that have risen to prominence here in IWC. But we'll see if he's ready for the toughest physical test to date, DJZ, who has really been laying on the aggression.
Oh, look at this!
Handspring elbow, nicely done!
DJZ looking to just toss him, I think, out of the ring. Just give himself some time, maybe hit that horn again. And the American Daredevil with a back handspring elbow. Oh.
Goes Patch. Oh. See, gets the shoulder. Oh, Enziguri style kick. DJZ got rocked.
And Daredevil back up. Z still on the floor.
And punch gonna fly. Tope and Hilo. And you can feel that energy coursing through his body.
And now it's Patch throwing DJZ back into the ring. And up to the top.
Oh, great hang time and a cross body. See, in a bad way. Will this be all? No.
Patch didn't know so much fly at him as he flew into the air and dropped on top of him. Great angle on that.
Yeah, and I mean, the more height Patch gets, the more impact he's going to get on the way down. And he's certainly feeling it.
Exactly. You can see DJZ not getting to his feet so quickly.
Ooh, charging in. That was unique.
Combination hip and forearm attack.
And now Patch hammering away. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, Patch having a good time in there, but I think showboating with DJZ could be another ultimate dare.
Yeah, I don't know that I would have wasted the time trying to find out if everyone can count.
Whoa, ring, look out! And a thrust kick right between the eyes.
Oh, DJZ swung out of the way.
Knee straight, Musaiku style, no! And that was a long, long 2 count, less than half a count away from maybe the biggest upset in IWC history.
Yeah, easily. DJZ barely got out of that.
And Johnny Patch has got a sense, man, he's got to feel so close to this. This could be his moment.
Sure, but he needs to capitalize. Quit thinking about it and do it.
And Z, trips up Johnny Patch at the 11th hour. Johnny Patch was about ready to finish this thing up, and who knows what that could have been. You've never seen this guy before. Who knows what he could break out.
Yeah, and he landed square on that bolt, that turnbuckle.
And Andy, you can hear the physicality of these shots back and forth. Patch getting the advantage. Z hanging on, got a death grip on that top rope.
And just absorbing shots to the jaw.
But check out that upper body strength, but finally Patch got one too many shots in for Z to withstand.
The big bell clap puts DJZ down.
What are we gonna see? Daredevil gonna fly! Evil Knievel this! Shooting star, but nobody there!
No water in the pool, so to speak, and DJZ realizes it's time to capitalize.
One too many risks won't pay off, and Z chops him in a DDT. DJZ on top, and this'll do it. DJZ the victory, but he had to earn it, Jay Worth.
If he was thinking it was going to be a walk in the park, he quickly learned it wasn't. However, DJZ, clearly your victor, with an amazing aerial DDT for the win.
DJZ pulling off a little bit of everything to stop the progress of Johnny Patch, but what a future this young man, Johnny Patch, looks to have, going toe-to-toe with a legitimately internationally renowned superstar.
And Patch slowly getting to his feet.
Can y'all believe that was his first ever wrestling match?
Jay Worth, I think we just saw the start of something special.
Yeah, DJZ recognizes talent when he sees it. For match one, that was phenomenal.
For a long time to come, we're going to have the name Johnny Patch on our lips.
Introducing team number one, being accompanied by Gory Futuristic. And to my weight of 502 pounds, the team of SPD member Billy Ruxpin and Mambo Italiano.
And I think we may have candidates for the weirdest team-up of the night. If not out-and-out winners, Billy Ruxpin, Mambo Italiano, and Gory Futuristic dressed up as a Mario. Whose name, by the way, is Mario, which just seems redundant. I'm Jay Worthington Farnsworth. Welcome back to IWC Proving Ground. As this four-way tag match, is going to include a rather large worm. And Mambo has pizza on his tights.
Jay Worth, what more can be said about the dancing acumen of Mambo teaming with Billy Ruxpin of the STDs, Gory Futuristic's imaginary friend?
A picture's worth 1,000 words, and I don't think any of these words weren't made up.
This is a four-team elimination matchup with some, let's say, unique combinations.
Introducing team number two, first taking his way in the ring, Officer Dan Lucy.
Officer Dan is like a mall cop with a little bit of power gone completely out of control. And by the way, we haven't even mentioned, or I haven't mentioned, Gory Futuristic dressed up in the Mario get-up. What, is that how they dress in the future?
Or at least you think he would have known that at some point he would have had to do this. He doesn't seem happy about it. Neither does Officer Murphy.
Weighing in at 290 pounds, the survivor, Phillip.
Well, looking at Corey's belly, I'm wondering how much comfort food he's been eating with those pizzas. But be that as it may, the survivor, Phillip Archer, he's all about facing your fears, all about climbing the highest mountains. He is a survivalist, not really in nature, but in life. He's a big proponent of overcoming adversity and living your dreams. He's battled a lot of injuries through training and a lot of setbacks in his life in general. but it's a major, major accomplishment for him to be here, finally achieve his dream, and be competing in his IWC debut.
I'm happy he finally gets to climb in the ring, and he's got some good backup with Officer Murphy by his side.
This will be the biggest mountain for him to climb of them all.
Speaking of big mountains.
Oh yeah, we got a couple of them.
And the country hammer,
Jameson has been under the tutelage of Marshall Bull Gambino, the now retired Marshall Bull, big 300-pounder. Country hammer says it all. This guy is rough, rugged, and bare bones with his intensity. You talk about the five-alarm fire, Jason Tyler. He's a fireman outside of pro wrestling. He is a legitimate hero. And the five-alarm fire has kind of taken Jami under his wing. I understand Jami likes to maybe drink a bit too much, party a bit too hard. Five-alarm fire just trying to keep him a little bit at bay, a little bit on a leash, because he's seen his fair share of tragedies.
I just want to point, I don't think either of them has ever shopped for a petite anything.
That would be accurate.
Two giant men.
Officer Dan, not a fan of the clapping. Well, Jay Worth, the Sadie gang is one of those anomalies. It's one of those things, it's really tough to explain. It's really tough to put your finger on. But Darin and Colby, they've been having fun. They've been making YouTube videos. They've just been living life and being themselves, and it's unorthodox, and it's something that's really hard for you to describe if you haven't seen their videos on YouTube, but so far it's paid off. They got a big victory against another top team up and coming in Cage Fury.
You don't know why it works, but you can't deny that it works. And there you see Sadie on the posters. The namesake of the Sadie gang.
Is Sadie the brains of the operation?
Oh, no, I believe she's the dog.
Thank you for clarifying that. I think Colby and Mambo could give each other a run for the money and dance off, and I'm not sure that's a compliment to either.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see one before the end of this match.
Well, really, we're looking at 8 young guys. We've seen Billy Ruxpin made his debut at a Proving Ground in the past. So did Jameson. I believe Five Alarm Fire did as well. Officer Dan. The sexy fireman just twerked, sort of.
Yeah, that was because of the chant in the crowd of sexy firemen.
And now everybody's yelling at Mambo in what is not even his original language, so this could get awkward.
Watch out, might get your pants.
What?
What did he say?
Well, Officer Dan said he might eat your pants.
Yeah, but what did Mambo say?
I think he said, yeah, he might eat the pizza.
Oh, okay. If our friends at Sorgatron Media could get some subtitles going across this for anything that Mambo says, we would appreciate it.
I would appreciate it if they didn't, honestly.
What,
Jason Tyler's Tyler, I think the less we know, the better in this matchup. This is the first matchup of Phillip Archer, the survivor, whatever you want to call him. We'll see if he can survive 6 foes. This is really, he's talking about the difficulty of debuting one-on-one, and yeah, that's difficult. But try debuting in a matchup like this with so many moving parts.
Yeah, you have no way to fully research any of this. Like, not only is it a new experience for you, but you have so much to try and do as far as, like, you can try and collect some tape, so to speak, But 6 guys, you're not going to be able to pick out the weaknesses or formulate all the strategies you would need for all the different combinations.
Tyler at one point was a victim of the culmination, was jumped by the Cogar brothers and Remy LeVay, as we see a 2 count. The Cogars and Remy jumped Tyler in the locker room after Tyler had come to the aid of Keith Hott at a recent event, and we had not seen Tyler in an IWC ring for, God, what's it been? Almost 6 months since that point. So clearly, the culmination did a number on him, just now making his comeback.
Taught him a lesson.
And renovating the face of Jason Tyler is the survivor, Phillip Archer, who's in a bad way right now. 2 guys who are at least 300 pounds. What do you say?
Well, I would. Sorry, I was enjoying the attempt to try and drag that 300-plus pound man.
You know, I don't enjoy that whistle Officer Dan has all the time.
Yeah, I'm not sure how he gets to take that in the ring with him. I'm sure he has some sort of license. So,
well, I'm sure he just wants to be obnoxious. He'd give you a citation. If he could, he'd give everybody in this building a citation.
And Billy Ruxpin just got tagged in. That may get him a citation.
Yeah, you can tag anybody you want at any time, whether Officer Dan likes it or not. Elimination rules. Billy Ruxpin, his childlike mentality,
with very adult elbows.
Adult elbows. Someone said a hashtag that. That's unique. Gory futuristic, I guess his outfit trying to bridge the culture gap between Ruxpin and Mambo. There's a splash for 2.
Sort of like in The Fly when he tries to use the transporter, but there's also a fly in there, and it puts them together. Do you think that the STDs have a transporter that Mambo happened to zip into?
If they had a transporter, I think we'd have seen a lot weirder concoctions from chest flexor. Nice kick counter.
I don't know that I could imagine a weirder combination.
Don't think you want to, as interruption by Archer.
And that was a tag?
We'll go with it. Mambo doesn't like it.
Officer Murphy with the whistling.
With whistling. Thank you for the call.
Some key.
Yikes. Archer throwing out some fancy footwork here. 2 count only, Mambo the interruption. Mambo, a number of months ago, was in court time. Got confronted by the honky tonk man of all people.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Thank you for clarifying.
And there's a tag.
Everybody's mad at everybody here. This is breaking down. Here comes Darin Dinero, Sadie gang.
Flying in with that shoulder block. Colby throwing those clotheslines.
And check out the energy.
And everyone's down. They're looking for their next targets.
Everybody on the defensive except Sadie gang. Sexy Fireman, the only one left in the ring.
Perhaps the smartest man here.
I don't know, it's singles misspelled. Look at this. Oh! Mambo got it right in front of us.
I'm not done with you.
Officer Dan trying to shrug off that shot. And we got 5 men battling here on the floor right in front of us. It's Murphy, it's Colby, it's Darin, it's Mambo.
And everyone's cheating everyone. Oh no. I don't like where this is going.
Are you serious?
No!
Double butterfly!
And everyone in front of us ran because they're smart. Everyone on the other side of the guardrail got taken out by the flying firemen.
Well, they had nowhere to go. They were caught in a hell of a battle as Ruxpin's in now.
Hopefully one of those 5 alarms was an air raid siren.
I'm not sure Ruxpin knows where he is.
I'm starting to worry that he does. And then he's seen other people fly.
Fans are chanting for Billy. Oh no.
No, someone talk him out of it.
Oh my gosh, good
Oh
luck.
God.
Like country hammer, Jameson, look at the power! Look at the power! drilled him. See ya, bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, the team of Mambo, Italiano, and Billy Ruxpin have been eliminated.
So then there were three. The Survivor and the Country Hammer.
Back up.
Look out. It's almost like a mirror image. Similar body type, similar intensity.
Oh, and a knee right to the face.
And that'll knock Jami out of it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the team of Jami, Jameson, and Jason Tyler have been eliminated.
Goodbye, sexy fireman. That knee was called Face Your Fears. And certainly it instilled some new fear in Jameson. It's Sadie gang left with Archer and Officer Dan.
And Dinero had him up. It looks like our ref took a boot to the eye.
The referee's vision momentarily impeded. Archer got the cover. And oh
No! Dinero grabbing the ropes.
yeah. Officer Dan and Archer's best laid plans did not come to fruition.
And you'll notice Officer Murphy just calling him. We're directing traffic, so to speak.
Man, has this thing been wild or what?
And
Survivor
Dinero trying to fight.
Yeah, Survivor's trying to get Darin over. Here comes Colby! Crossbody to Officer Dan, and Sadie gang is rallying. Oh, hard shot. Survivor is stuck. Oh, I think he just got thrown off the mountain. Sadie gang picks up a victory.
Here are your winners, Sadie.
The team's an anomaly. You can't really define why they do what they do, but it works.
Sheer power, scintillating personality. You got the Sadie gang.
And the Sadie gang, correct me if I'm wrong, but the only undefeated team in IWC Wrestling, they're 2-0 now.
Right? Yeah, I was gonna say, since teaming up.
Well, we'll see if they can keep the momentum up. We've talked about it before. A lot of guys can write a great chapter 1 or 2. Can the Sadie gang keep on rolling? Hey, maybe they'll be a future contender for Team Storm.
Sorry, I got hit really hard and having something. Okay. Not bad. Not bad. Maybe you try our training methods will work better. Hell of a first job though.
Well, the mood just changed.
Swear to God, it just got colder.
Introducing first, Cleveland, Ohio, he weighs 140 pounds, representing the Formation, Atticus, Cogar.
And this issue started, J-Worth, before we even went on the air. Keith Hart was in our merchandise areas meeting with fans. Atticus and Remy assaulting Hart with a kendo stick. Hart was taken to the back for medical treatment. Remy still brandishing that stick in hand.
Violence is their brand.
But this man we're about to see lit IWC on fire at Cage Fury, quite literally.
He weighed 157 pounds. The Punk Rock Pyromaniac.
Whoa! Punk Rock Pyromaniac, Shawn Phoenix. You never know where that fire is going to come from. And last month, that fire ended up in the face of Otis Cogar who we have not seen or heard from since this matchup made the culmination. Atticus Cogar wants to make Shawn Phoenix feel that same kind of pain that Otis felt in that wild street fight. Dan Hooven is out here watching the back of Shawn Phoenix, but I noticed, Jay Worth, no Keith Hott, obviously still injured.
I'm asked. Hard to believe there's no information out there about the current condition of Otis.
Yeah, well,
They're playing it close to their chest.
I don't know that we'll ever see Otis here in IWC again. I hope we'll see Keith Hott. Keith Hott's in a bad way. I did get a chance to look at Hott in the back. He's got welts all over his body, thanks to... Well, you hear the crowd chanting, "Where is Otis?" Phoenix knows why Otis isn't here, and so is the culmination. As Phoenix gets ready to defend himself here, because Atticus will try to maim Shawn Phoenix.
Yeah, I wouldn't look for a lot of scientific wrestling out of this.
Not at all. This will be physical. It will be a fight, but Phoenix able to counter Atticus Cogar, who has been the sick brains of the Cogar clan that Remy LeBell recruited to exterminate Keith Hott and so many others. Phoenix with great energy in the early going. He's been able to neutralize the rage of Atticus. There's a crossbody. As Hooven and Remy making eyes at each other from across the ring, you know that's a combustible element all in itself.
Yep, very true. Oh, look out!
Oh gosh! Phoenix to the outside. He got Remy. Atticus tried to bait Phoenix in. It backfired.
Atticus checking on Remy.
And this is not how the culmination planned to start their attempt at revenge. And Phoenix looking to fly, but Atticus cuts him off. Look out. Well, Phoenix for the block. It's a Gory ducked. Atticus staying a step ahead of the fire of Phoenix. Drop kick, nobody there. It is point counterpoint here.
I was going to say they each seem to have the answer for the other so far.
And Phoenix catches himself that time, but wasn't ready for Atticus. Phoenix maybe got a little bit too prideful. Atticus capitalizes. The sick, sadistic monster that is Atticus Cogar. You got to believe he wants to inflict a serious amount of damage on Phoenix.
Once again, enjoying that applause, taking that moment. You can't do that with someone along the lines of Atticus Cogar.
And Remy LeBell getting his shots in as well. Here comes Hooven. Culmination manipulating everybody around them constantly, and check out the hang time as Atticus connects with the drop kick.
Solid drop kick.
Come on, Phoenix! Do nothing! Come on!
And you heard Atticus Cogar yell, "You're nothing," to Shawn Phoenix.
Absolutely, Phoenix.
And now he's just playing mind games with him.
And Phoenix unloading. Check out the energy and the rage from Phoenix as he tries to match the despicable Atticus Cogar.
And I hate to say it, but I think this is precisely what Atticus Cogar wanted.
Oh, God, dropped him on his head.
He clearly wanted to bring out that anger in him.
Absolutely. To it and no. Bring it out to exploit it.
Oh, absolutely.
You get somebody angry, you get them off their game. Phoenix has been a little bit too ahead of the game thus far. Now Atticus in firm control, and those 6 sinister eyes tell the story with Atticus. Headlock driver. No, look at Phoenix counter. Nicely done.
Hands out, caught it as a handstand.
Oh, so now powerbomb. Phoenix could have him here. No.
Smart move. Phoenix trying to stay on top of him. Oh.
What is this? Atticus. Heard him yell out, "Die," as he drops Phoenix on the back of his head again. Oh, the Kevin Sullivan stomp.
I'm going up.
And Atticus certainly looking for some evil intentions here. You gotta believe Atticus looks at Phoenix and sees the burning flesh of his brother from a month ago at Cage Fury. but Phoenix cuts Atticus off the pass.
Atticus took a little too long staring at the crowd.
Now on Atticus, biting the flesh. A sadistic monster. What is this? Phoenix trying to counter. Oh, Spanish fly! Phoenix flies! This'll do it! Hey, Remy's got the foot of the official. Remy's got the foot of the official because this matchup could have been over. And Hooven's got Remy. Hooven and Remy are getting into it. This thing is completely breaking that down as you expect it would.
Looking out for the others.
Oh, God.
It's ended.
Atticus downstairs.
Oh, and call it.
No, Atticus could give a damn lesson about winning or losing this match.
Well, clearly, he happily took the L.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this contest as a result of a disqualification, Shawn Phoenix.
Oh, no. Now Remy's got that kendo stick, and Atticus. Oh, Atticus is going to exercise some revenge for Otis right now. No! This is sinister. Oh. This is completely uncalled for.
And Remy holding him down.
Oh, come on.
Well, Atticus just laying welt after welt into him.
And you can see those welts forming on the back of Phoenix. And the hell are they pointing at?
White Oak sign?
The culmination motioning to something. And it looks like they're not done with Phoenix yet. Where in the hell are we going here?
They just tossed him over the railing.
And this assault is continuing. Amongst these fans, we may be seeing the end of Shawn Phoenix.
An eye for an eye.
This is the excommunication of a career. It's 2-on-1, damn it. Somebody stop this.
It looks like Hooven's trying.
What the hell?
They're feeding him into that scaffold.
Phoenix on the scaffold. Atticus is climbing to the top of the scaffold. What the hell are they doing? Ow. Hooven is trying to help Phoenix. He's got Remy. Phoenix is hanging there.
And it looks like Hooven just threw a garbage can into him.
And what is Hooven doing? No! Oh, God! Hooven went to take a chance, but Remy put the trash can in Hooven's face as Hooven came down.
As Hooven fell.
Oh, and now Remy boosting Phoenix up the rest of the way. I think they're going to throw Phoenix off that balcony. Hooven's been taken out. There's nobody left. No! Don't you do this!
He has him up.
Don't you do this! Wait a minute! That's Keith Hart! Keith Hart's got Remy!
And they dropped Phoenix's neck across that bar. He's laying there.
Keith Hart's got Remy. Atticus couldn't take Phoenix off the scaffold. He had to help Remy. And we got security out here trying to get these guys apart. This is completely out of control. We have security trying to separate Keith from Remy, Atticus, and Hooven. This brawl has completely gotten way too personal. And no!
Phoenix just jumped off of that scaffolding into the mass of fighting bodies.
Phoenix took out everybody! Phoenix will risk his life for the cause he believes in. And my God, this thing has completely gotten out of hand.
And Phoenix back to the ring.
Keith Hart came back from injury. Hooven may have hurt himself to try to get the shot off to save his buddy. The culmination went for a complete and total assault. But Keith Hart and his buddies rallied back and was able to at least subdue the devil for a day.
I believe that this is not the end of the culmination, but frankly, they have to count it as a loss.
Jayworth, we've seen a lot here tonight. We're nowhere near done.
Still plenty of action.
And I'm not sure how to describe the action we're about to see, because it is for the IWC Highstakes title, and it's the first defense of a brand new and most unusual champion.
And the fact that one of the contestants is a mad scientist is not even the weirdest part of this match.
The professor, Ryan Dye, has mastered what he calls the violentific method. That's step 1, innovation. Step 2, annihilation. And he's been working in his laboratory for countless hours trying to figure out the perfect formula to succeed in IWC wrestling. He's using pro wrestling as his platform for pretty much world domination. So he says.
Is the formula what's in his flask?
That might be mouthwash. I'm not sure. I think the formula was a scientific formula. But don't quote me on this. This is as weird to me as it is to you. Maybe weirder.
What did he just...
It is Ginger and Pump Ferrari leading in the new IWC Highstakes Champion Chess Flexor. And let's make note of this, Jayworth. Flexor is off the beaten path. He is not marching to the beat of anybody else's drum. But man, whatever you think of him, you gotta know he's tough as hell because he survived marching a bull in a cage to win that championship.
Was that a Tiki mask? Is that the theme for this evening's contest?
Ladies and gentlemen, as with all high-stakes championship matches, the champion chooses the stipulation.
All right.
Perhaps the mask plays into that.
And Nick looks confused.
This match is a Tiki death match.
A Tiki death match.
And the rules are as follows.
Okay. Do we have this written?
No, we do not. I've never heard of this in my life.
The only way to win this contest is to throw your opponent over the top rope with both feet touching the floor.
And that's a Tiki death match.
All right. Introducing first is the challenger. From his secret underground laboratory, weighing in at 1,000 newtons, the Professor Ryan Dye.
Laboratory, Jayworth.
I was told it was a laboratory. To be fair, by the champ.
He is representing the 60 talented dudes, and he is the IWC High-Stakes Champion, Chess Flexor.
So a Tiki death match is in effect a two-man battle royal.
That is as good of an explanation as I think we're going to get out of anybody in this match. I told you that we should be prepared for anything in this segment.
Yeah, and I still wasn't prepared.
Nope. You'd think we would after almost 15 years of Chess Flexor hanging around.
Yeah. I like that Chess Flexor said, yeah, I know the rules.
Some anger issues.
Well, I mean, he needs the definition here.
What is he looking for?
He might just be checking the pads.
He needs a writing utensil.
There was a marker. Who put a marker in there?
I have no earthly clue. He's writing some sort of equation or math for himself or strategy on his trousers. I have so many follow-up questions right now.
I'm impressed that did the bell ring?
Look, Ferrari just erased the equation he was working on.
Is that outside interference? Is that legal?
I don't even. It's a high stakes championship match. There's no disqualifications in a high stakes championship match unless you ask for them because the champion.
I mean, I don't. Is that one of the rules in the Tiki death match?
We were only privy to one rule. I'm good. I don't really need a mark. Well, rookie mistake, theme of the night.
Yeah, never go for the marker.
Yeah, the old lay the marker on the canvas trick. I remember back in '74.
You know, that was one of the favorite tricks of Jerry the King Lawler.
Notice, Cheslow just put a rubber band over the forehead of Ryan Dye, and he's snapping it back into him.
I didn't realize this was a hardcore match.
Well, there's no DQ in a battle royal, is there?
No.
Anybody at home, just do that to your hand. It stings. Come along your face. Ouch.
He's like a weirder version of Jimmy Havoc.
He's like a weirder version of everybody. Ryan Dye in the corner with a clothesline. Well, we've been trying to formulate equations to define chest flexor for years, so the professor's got his work cut out for him. Nice neck snap there, but could you imagine being an IWC champion in your first match?
I mean, I could, but...
Wow, you're taking your good old time.
To be fair, I have taken a couple of swigs out of that vial, so...
Side Russian leg sweep, or rather swing neck breaker. I'm very confused here, and so is Ryan Dye because he tried to pin him in a two-man battle royal Tiki deathmatch.
Yeah. So far, he has the thing that makes the most sense is he has a shirt that says "not equal."
To what or who?
Doesn't matter. I'll agree. This match is not equal.
This is the, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, the third of 4 debuts here tonight.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Now what does he have?
It's like
something else in a vial, some sort of liquid or potion or something. He's splashing on Flexor? And
Flexor counters the splashing with a shoulder thrust.
What did he do? Make the apron slippery? Nice,
possibly slightly mint flavored.
Nice dragon screw leg whip. I understand that's a specialty of Ryan Dye. He claims to be a professor of dragon screw you.
I hear they have a good accountancy program.
I will take your word for that. Flexor's in trouble now, favoring the knee. I think we're all in trouble right now, personally.
It's just Flexor has a title on the line.
Don't be alarmed at home. It's just Chest Flexor controlling a segment of the program. Oh, nice wrenching of the knee that time.
I believe the kids call that the knee too.
Well, we can go with that. You've got him a long way in your kid terminology since Mandon.
I was Googling some stuff on the Urban Dictionaries.
While your head. Flexor having a hell of a time getting to his feet. Can't put any weight on that knee. And the professor's just measuring him, just stalking him.
I would go and say that might be a bit of a rookie mistake. We know how tough he is. Don't give him the time to recover.
Not at all. Flexor is either too brave or too dumb to quit. Maybe the combination of both.
Whichever works.
Flexor kicked the professor with his bad leg, though. That may have caused more damage to the knee.
Straight shot to the jaw. No, he has him up, and we can call that either elevator or chicken fight position.
Yeah. Well, what can we see here? Maybe an electric chair? Flexor's covering his eyes. His being Ryan Dye, over the top. Professor lost his ring positioning.
Close, close. Both outside at the moment.
And due to the over-the-top rope rules, we have a referee in the ring and out of the ring. We should point that out.
We technically have both men over the top rope at the moment.
That's true. Oh. And Flexor's reeling.
And he's rolled back into the ring.
Flexor's legal now. Professor is not yet.
Hold on. Give him a second.
Oh, now he is.
There we go.
But it's a great strategy because how are you going to be able to elevate the Professor over the top if you can't even stand?
For a second, I thought he was going with an iron claw there. Oh, nice. Thumb to the eye.
You're in heaven right now, aren't you? Professor counters. Oh, sets Flexor through the ropes.
No, that was middle rope. There are very few rules. I can stay on top of them. That was middle rope.
Now, Professor would have known that if Ferrari wouldn't have smudged his pants.
How often do you hear of losses through pants smudging?
That may be a first in my day. I think maybe Funk and Briscoe once back in the day. That's about it.
I don't know that was televised, though. Might have been taped.
He's got the glove. I don't know what this signifies. Apparently he's got a more dangerous potion of sorts.
I don't know. Like I said, I have had a couple sips of it. Oh,
that's rude.
So has he.
Just spits on a ring attendant?
I'm waiting to see what happens.
I don't want to know what happens.
He turns into a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. I wonder what I'm going to turn into.
Oh my God, I could shudder to think. And Flux is sent into the chair now. And whatever the Professor's planning, it's like he's got our hero in his evil lair, and he's going to take the time to explain his whole plan first, maybe. Head of steam.
And he slid.
He slipped on his own concoction. What an idiot!
If you want to talk about a rookie mistake, there you go.
Are we sure this guy graduated from anything?
Flexor has a glove.
Flexor on one foot has Ryan's other glove.
Oh,
on guard.
I believe the challenge has now been issued.
Flexor's in a bad way right now. What's the Professor doing with the referee?
Reaching into his backside.
We have more pants-related offense.
Is that a wedgie? Oh, hold on.
Oh, that's the bile that got taken earlier by the referee when Flexor was on the apron. Oh no! Flexor's just forced the Professor to swallow his own concoction. He just swallowed his own creation.
And he's outside.
So many twists and turns on this highway, Jayworth.
I might be speechless here, outside of me claiming to be speechless.
Professor's speechless too. He might be clearing out that trash can to hurl in.
A unicorn?
He found a unicorn. Because why wouldn't he? Again, Battle Royal does not have disqualification, so you can use a unicorn.
You can. Right now, Chest Flexor is actually at the disadvantage, being that he's in the ring, and therefore can be thrown out of it.
But not if there's nobody else in the ring. True. Professor's upchucking in his own bucket at this point.
Having said that, I still claim that I'm correct.
I'm not going to dispute the bare facts that you're presenting. Is that bucket filled with his? Oh no! He was spitting up in that bucket, and now unicorn to the nether regions.
Well, to be fair, it is Saturday night. The one-legged man.
Over the top, he hangs on though. Professor's still in it. Brain kick. I think it's time to shut down this laboratory. Jayworth, we saw a little bit of everything in that matchup.
Including some stuff I don't think we wanted to see.
We saw smudged pants and unicorns and potions and
a bucket of sick.
Little bit of bucket of sick. And hey, we got Ginger. And that was a Tiki deathmatch.
Only here at IWC. Thanks to your friends at Sorgatron Media.
Thanks to Chess Flexor, this was his sick creation. Highstakes Championship stays in the STD camp.
I need a drink.
I was born to win, cause I'm born again, and I own the ring, yes. I am a champion. I'm winning, I win it all. I'm winning, I win it all. Introducing
Platinum World Tour. He weighs 185 pounds. The flyweight,
We go from the absurd to the obnoxious. Moneyweight Dylan Bostic, former IWC Super Indy champion. He's continued that Platinum World Tour, Jay Worth. It's taken him as far away as Quebec, Canada in recent months. And Dylan Bostic comes back focused and determined because no matter where he goes, he feels he's the best, he's the smartest, and the best looking in the room. Swaggy D, he calls himself.
How long has the Platinum World Tour been going?
A lot of world to cover.
And his opponent.
Our fourth of 4 debuts here tonight, Jay Worth. Bostic's been a major focal point of IWC for many years. His opponent, his very first match ever. Well, I'll tell you what, Stevie LeBell calls himself the Ronin. He's been training in judo his entire adult life. He's been training in judo most of his childhood life as well. To be exact, age of 8 he started, 12 years he's been studying the judo style. And of course, many people at home may recognize that name, LeBell, the legendary judo Gene LeBell, one of the greatest trainers in the history of combat sports. Obviously had a big effect on Steve in the ring. He adopted that name as a tribute.
And you can see him focusing just with a quick kneel and bow. And I don't know that Dylan Bostic has the ability to focus.
He certainly doesn't have the ability to be humble. But I'll tell you what, Steve LeBell, we'll let the audience tell the story for a minute here. Well, I think that one was a no contest. But to finish my point, LeBell grew up in a bad part of town. Judo was his outlet. It's the way he expressed frustration. It's the way he kept his mind occupied and away from bad habits and crutches and vices. When everybody else in his town, all of his friends were making, let's say, self-destructive choices, LeBell became more focused and disciplined, focused himself toward judo, and had higher goals and aspirations to get out of that town and find a better life for himself. And it's led him to the bright lights of IWC, and certainly from what I understand from his trainers, he's been a diligently hard worker thus far and is more than ready for this opportunity.
I mean, I don't doubt it. You have to have a level of discipline to advance through any martial art. It's just, he's going to learn quickly, maybe tonight, maybe not, that the world of pro wrestling is vastly different than the world of judo. Judo will definitely help him. He's going to need to go beyond it.
Oh, without a doubt, I agree with you. The fragile ego of Dylan just got him pushed right on his rear end.
This is ridiculous!
And LeBell with a hip lock.
And LeBell just keeping an eye on Bostic.
Billy going?
He has some words for our
Ladies and
announcement.
gentlemen, Bostic has just informed me that he is not going to put up with any more cheering for judo.
Well, what the hell is he going to do about it?
Well, apparently he'll have an announcement made.
Didn't exactly work, did it?
Oh,
He may need a follow-up announcement or two, just so you know.
perhaps an announcement too that everyone needs to follow the announcements.
Go behind by Dylan Bostic, mocking the judo background. Hey, Bostic's had a great pedigree as well, trained by Rip Rogers and OVW. Bostic is a traditionalist. I don't think he respects martial artists maybe as much as he should.
Yeah, but cravat.
Cravat, thank you very much, J-Will. In the European style of pro wrestling. And judo able to turn things around.
Nice speed, good fluidity.
Bostic uses his leverage to get to his feet, but taken right back down. Bostic's going to be able to use weight positioning very, very well here compared to judo, just based on his years of experience. Judo is over top of his opponent right now. Let's not sell judo short and assume that judo's all he knows. He graduated the IWC training center. He is more than proficient enough to be in this matchup.
Oh no, I don't think he is. That's all he thinks. It's just,
Oh, look out! That's a Soyanagi. That's a variation of a judo throw. Went for a second Soyanagi, but Bostic, that's a handful of hair.
and there's my point in a nutshell. You don't see that in judo. He fell back onto his judo training, and Dylan Bostic had an answer for it.
People in judo have class.
Well, that's their fault. I mean,
Dylan has never met a rule he wouldn't like to break. There's another one.
there we go. Good solid headlock.
What do you think it would do to Bostic's ego if he loses to an opponent as tough as the Ronin is in his first matchup?
I believe there would be a platinum level thing.
Nice leapfrog that time. Check out Jami. Oh! You don't get too cutesy with Bostic.
Now he left himself in a prone position, and Bostic kicked him right in the mush. Aiming those shots to the face, Bostic making sure he's the best looking guy in the ring.
Oh, there you go. And Bostic zeroing in on judo now on his leg, specifically the ankle. Judo needs that vertical base to snap up a lot of those throws. Judo is mainly based around just body positioning and throws and power moves like that. So to not be able to stand certainly takes away a lot of that offense.
True. Now it would depend upon which type of judo he's learned.
That's fair.
But like the Gracies do what they call a small circle judo, where they are intentionally trying to keep people closer.
Ooh. Well, Bostic got closer that time. It didn't pay off.
Oh, and right to the eyes.
Yeah, judo in a bad way now. Very first match and he's blinded. How's he going to adjust?
Oh. And that's not what they mean by a judo chop.
Not at all.
But the Ronin Stevie LeBell is finding out that, like I said, judo and pro wrestling are not the same.
And to the outside goes LeBell.
And that is not a disqualification in a Tiki death match.
Thank you so much for clarifying that.
Happy to help.
You're on top of your notes here this evening. Oh! Maybe you can diagnose a broken hand for Bostic after the show.
I think I could do it from here. His hand may be broken.
Back in goes Steve LeBell.
Good solid chop that ended up hitting that metal post.
Crowd just erupting at judo chants every chance they get. Case in point. LeBell got the foot up. Bostic went to counter, but ran his mouth a little too long. Got the knee. Oh, what a shot! Bostic stays at his feet. The belly of belly. Dylan down. This could be all though.
Beautiful belly to belly. Nice adaptation.
I'm not sure how many top rope maneuvers are in judo, but we may be about to find out.
I was going to say, I don't think there are any actual ropes in judo, so this is probably new territory.
High risk, well, look at Bostic roll into safety.
Smart move.
And LeBell going to give chase. Oh. And notice Bostic faded him in. As soon as LeBell got to the floor, the hard overhand shots, small the back into the apron. This is all Dylan's. This is all his mindset, all his strategy the whole time.
And, well, to be fair, the Ronin needed to learn it at some point. This is a possibility.
Spinning back kick on the knee strike. Bostic on top. Stacks him up for 3. No. LeBell kicks out. And again, one of the stories of the night, these young kids rise to the occasion. I don't think Bostic expected this kind of fight.
No, I don't think he did at all. But now Bostic eyeing him up.
Swaggy D! No! Ronin hangs on!
Had hold of the top rope.
Hit him.
But now catching a breath.
Bostic's talking to himself. Look out! Oh, back to that Soyanagi.
He rolls through.
Second time. Got it. He's able to string these together. He can be ever more dangerous here. Fireman's carry.
Up.
Oh, Samoan drop. Nicely done. Ronin gonna get the upset.
He's going back up top, I think.
Didn't work the first time. We'll see how things work out now.
He's up.
And frog splash, nobody there.
Nice height. Just not a quick enough descent, I guess. Dylan Bostic able to get out of the way, and now you see the smile, the smirk on Dylan Bostic's face.
And the height that Ronin got and the mass that he possesses came back to haunt him as the air got rushed out of him. Bostic a low blow. Swaggy D connects. And Dylan Bostic gonna steal this. Dylan Bostic, how do you be proud of the fact you had to stoop to that level to beat somebody in the first match?
Well, you got the win. That's how.
Swaggy D comes out on top here in Proving Ground. I think Ronin's another young man with a very, very bright future, but the now belongs to Dylan Bostic.
The Platinum World Tour continues on.
The New Age Plague. After well over a decade of chasing an extended run as Super Indy champion, Gory finally accomplished that late last summer and reigned as champion for the next 10 months. The New Age Plague has been synonymous with the championship and the division ever since having competed in more Super Indy tournaments than anybody in history. But Gory looks at the current champion and realizes that current champion did not beat Gory in Super Indy 17. Tonight, one man will be superior. One man will be undisputed champion. The Octopus Jonathan Gresham spent over an hour in the ring at Super Indy, defending, challenging, fighting, whatever he could to get through the quarterfinal, semifinal, and final rounds. Gresham and David Starr in the finals, instant classic in IWC, and Gresham said afterwards, he wants to be a fighting champion. He wants to beat every former champion to prove he's the best. That starts at the most recent former champion, Gory.
Introducing first is the challenger. From Ogden Marsh, Iowa, weighing in at 178 pounds, the New Age Plague, Gory! And his opponent, from Atlanta, Georgia, weighing in at 175 pounds, he is the IWC Super Indy Champion, the Octopus, Jonathan Gresham!
Gresham has been performing on a higher level than I've ever seen him before. Not just in IWC, but everywhere. Frequent tours of Europe, a career-making performance in Ring of Honor, tying Ring of Honor World Champion Jay Lethal in an Iron Man match, forcing overtime. Gresham got the first fall in that match. If that Iron Man match had been one fall, Gresham would be Ring of Honor World Champion today. And there you see the prize he is defending. IWC Super Indy Championship dates back to 2002. And I don't think there's a better pound for pound, pure technical wrestler in this country today, if not the world, than Jonathan Gresham.
Well, sure, but staring across the ring from him is no easy task. No walk in the park. You're looking at a man with a focus and, frankly, the willingness to go to as dark of a side as he needs to get that Super Indy Championship. It has been a nagging problem for him that he has never quite figured out how to solve, and he wants it now.
We have a rather split crowd. Respect for both these athletes and what they've accomplished. How do you not appreciate what these men have meant to Super Indy? Not just Gory's 10-month reign on top. Gresham, 3 straight years a Super Indy finalist. Finally won the big one this year. Only one other man has been a three-peater in Super Indy finalists back to back to back. Gresham making history and delivering. Facade did it for 3 years. Gresham did it for 3 years. Gresham wants to eclipse all others before him. But you know as well as I do, Jayworth, you've been here, that list is a who's who of who stepped through the doors of this organization.
Yeah, I mean, it's I don't want to downplay his ability or his research, but I'm not sure he's seen the list of people he has just challenged by saying that.
Well, I guarantee you, since he made that challenge, he's been able to study it.
Yeah, I like to think he probably swallowed hard on a couple of those when someone showed him the names that are on.
But you know what? I bet he didn't back down.
Oh, at no point. He'll accept the challenge. It's just it's a big bite to take.
Both these men can be lightning quick in their own way. Gresham in the way he snaps on holds, Gory in his frenetic ring style as far as aerial attacks.
And Gory there with a nice snap headlock takeover.
Now, you notice here a tentative pace from both athletes. Gory likes to explode out of the box, but he knows if Gresham traps him, if Gresham has one chance to create a weakness, it could be a world of pain for the rest of the body of the matchup.
There's a reason he's the octopus. Those attacks can come from your side, from above, from where you are not expecting, and Gory knows that. So it's slow going in the beginning as they feel each other out.
And Gresham can contort you in so many different directions, so many different ways. It's almost like he's got twice as many advantages as he does. I mean, the things he can do, the manipulation of joints, the just anatomical dissection Gresham does in that ring, it's without peer in my estimation, present day.
I mean, look at these rolls. Oh, look at that.
And Gresham finds the arm. Gresham just loves to zero in on a body part and just completely, step-by-step, tear it apart.
We've seen him take apart people's arms several times.
I noticed Gory has matched Gresham move for move, counterhold for counterhold. A slight momentary bit of frustration from Gresham. Will Gory be able to sneak inside the mind of Gresham and potentially spread the infection?
Oh, if he gets the opportunity, you know he will try. However, right now, I hate to say it, but I don't think that's his focus. I think his sheer focus is trying to find the way in, not necessarily what he'll do once he's there.
It is a big fight field in the White Oak Athletic Association, which was the site, to give you a history lesson, of the second night of the largest Super Indy tournament in history. This was the site of Super Indy 2 as well, won by Colt Cabana in 2003. A lot of history with this championship in this building, and now Gresham gets inside the head of Gory.
Oh, and I don't know that that's a place he wants to be. You open that door, the darkness comes out.
Gory's biggest weapon in that ring is his ferocity. Gresham's is his precision. We are seeing a chess match in the early moments.
And a bit of distraction. And Gresham gets a leg hold.
Gresham makes everything look so fluid, so smooth, so seamless. Gresham can do 5 or 6 different things to you, and it just looks and feels like one motion.
He has the... In MMA, there's what's called the rubber guard. Occasionally I've heard it referred to as spider guard, but mostly the rubber guard, which is the longer the limbs you have, the easier it is for you to slip in and out and around a guard. And you use that to your advantage. I find Gresham is able to get into these holds and these locks with the ease of a man who should be much taller than him. He doesn't have the longest arms, he doesn't have the longest legs, but he moves with that fluidity and that ease.
Gresham with a variation of an Indian deathlock a moment ago. Gory attempted to release the leg from the grasp of his own leg. Gresham, he's a tough striker as well, keeps Gory off his game. Gory gets to the ropes, and everything Gresham did there played into your point. Gresham had locked in that leg lock, that toe hold. He was over top of Gory. He was away from Gory's grasp. Now we get a forced break, and it took referee Williams several moments to untangle these men. That's how tight the hold was.
Gresham was not able to extract himself from his own submission hold.
I was stuck, man. Don't you push me that.
And Gory get a little bit fired up over how long it took to break that hold. Gresham's explaining that was not intentional.
You know that Gory deals well in the land of anger.
Well,
this may be what he needs.
It's the place he's called home for most of his life. And Gresham is not going to back down, though. And to your point, if the matchup goes this route, I'm going to say advantage Gory. Remains to be seen, though. That's history, not prophecy.
Yep, very true. If this get
and Gresham explodes. Gory was not expecting that in the least.
And you can see the look on Gresham's face. I think there's a little. I think the seeds of that anger are still in there with him. He's going to need to keep watch. Oh!
Gresham in the corner of the boot. The follow through. And now Gresham bringing out some of that relentlessness. But Gory, a step quicker, but Gresham a step ahead mentally. Trips Gory up. Hesitation drop kick.
And those long strides across the ring, he got nice and tight in before exploding that drop kick into Gory's face. Gory's still struggling to get up. And this is right where I'm surprised Gresham picked him up. Ooh.
Well, I think there's a 2 count. I think that may be, in an odd way, a sign of respect from Gresham, because Gresham knows if he's going to put Gory away, he's going to put in a long night of work.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I've said it time and time again. Gory might be the single toughest individual I've seen in IWC.
Pound for pound, certainly. Gresham with a clothesline.
I've seen him take beatings.
Well, could be it, no.
And attacks and tortures and occasionally stun guns and get up and keep fighting.
Another 2 count. But to that point, has Gory ever encountered anyone in IWC quite like Jonathan Gresham?
Has there been anyone in IWC quite like Jonathan Gresham?
I mean, that's a very fair question.
I mean, there's I would say if you want to talk precision, you might be able to...
That's neck breaker by Gory.
You might be able to discuss a... Geez, I don't even know who. Possibly Low-Key? Well, Low-Key doesn't have the grappling skills that Jonathan Gresham clearly does.
Certainly not.
That zero resistance clothesline connected by Gory.
Springboard, drop kick connects flush. Gresham dazed, may have landed on the back of his head. Gory, the knee hook of the leg, only finds 2. And Gory hesitates for a bit. You gotta wonder what's going through Gory's mind, what he feels his strategy is, what he feels his comfort level is right now.
Well, I think my thought is if he goes upstairs, he has to feel somewhat comfortable.
Well, Gresham rolled out of harm's way, whether it was instinct or whether we saw Gory coming, but there's no avoiding the fight. When Gory gets that thirst for flesh, he is untamed, but Gresham pushes off Gory. And Gory lands hard on the knee. And Gresham didn't need an invitation.
Quick to capitalize. And you saw his knee buckle a little as he landed and sort of slide out from under him.
And you can hear Gory just wincing and crying out in pain. And it's not often that Gory expresses discomfort like that.
Yeah. He tends to try and be as stoic as possible.
And Gresham just zeroes in on that target.
Oh! And that ankle tweaked around. And this is classic Gresham right here.
Oh, without a doubt.
Find a weakness and then figure out every way possible to exploit it.
I noticed the ring positioning. Gory could not be more in the center of the ring than he is now. That's not an accident. Gresham hooks the leg. Notice Gresham cinched up on that bad leg, so Gory would need to use more torque to kick out.
Nope.
Roll through. Gory to his... Oh, Gory adjusts around the knee, spikes Gresham with the DDT.
Just swung through and DDT right down. That's Gory in a nutshell, right?
Could have him? No.
For all of the anger, for all of the blackness that's in him, you can't forget that there is a fluid, masterful wrestler there as well.
If Gory wins this matchup, he becomes a 3-time Super Indy champion. That'll put him in rare company. Less than a handful of men before in IWC history can claim that fact.
How many others?
And Gory You could see just the laboring of just standing, and Gory tried to run in for the QAS. Gresham has neutralized the QAS. The kick brought up by Gresham. Into the ankle lock.
And I don't know that I've ever heard Gory scream out in pain like that.
I have never heard that in my life. I've been around this athlete for almost 15 years. And especially with that vertical stance, Jay, it doesn't just twist the ankle, it bends that knee as well and wrenches it.
True, plus all of the damage that Gresham has already done to it. Now just re-aggravating it.
And Gory's gotten to his feet. Alleviate some of that pressure. Look at this. German bridge. No.
Had the leg trapped, got him up, released the leg, and just dropped him onto the back of his neck.
Notice Gresham never let up on the leg. That is a key point of this matchup. Never let go, never gave Gory a chance to re-strategize. Gory was never out of the grasp of Gresham the entire time. And perhaps Gresham, maybe that kick for good measures to almost try to tell Gory to stay down for your own good.
Either that or maybe he has a whole set of new back submissions he wants to try out. Either.
They lock eye to eye for the first time in a good while. And Gory, you look in the eyes, the window to the soul. Gory has an opportunity. And back to the knee. On their feet, Gory could adjust, but one shot to that knee, and Gory back in a bad way.
Gory now has a reset button, and Gresham knows it. Every time he starts to get a little offense going, Gresham goes right back to that leg, sets it right back to square one, and then starts working the leg again.
Well, shoulders down here. Gory did not submit, but if those shoulders had been down for 3 seconds, this match would be over. Gory in a bad way at this point in time. Again, dead center of the ring. The figure 4 punishing 7 different parts of the lower human anatomy. Gory can roll through and counter here. He has. You gotta believe it's still wrenching his own bad knee. No, Gresham has alleviated. He stopped the counter, I believe.
Twisted it. Oh, no, back around.
Now Gory's got the counter. Gresham was never fully turned over until now. And now back around still. And Gory reaching for the rope, but Gresham repositions the weight. Every time Gory reaches for that rope, Gresham rolls away.
Cinches down. There we go.
Finally to the rope is Gory. And an exclamation of relief from Gory that at least for a moment the agony has subsided.
And Gresham, I gotta say, there's a hint of frustration on his face. He has put some punishment into Gory, and Gory refuses to give up.
And Gory may not have the miles traveled or the mainstream success of a Jay Lethal, but that doesn't make him any less tough. That doesn't make him a walk in the park. And if Gresham underestimated one of the greatest Super Indy athletes in history, then shame on him. But I think Gresham realizes that to slay the monster, you got to bring out a little monster yourself.
I don't think it's so much a question of how much is this going to take.
Wait, Gory, the inside cradle! A near fall.
It's not how much is this going to take. It's how dark do I have to get with it.
Gresham drops down. Gory counters a sunset flip. Gresham back on top. Can you top this? It is 50-50 in a Super Indy title matchup.
Whoa.
No advantage for anybody. Gory on top, Gory on top! Oh, Gory almost leveraged it out of him. Half a second away. Gresham got caught off guard, but you only need 3 seconds to end the matchup and change your future.
Almost like you're trying to get your opponent dizzy enough that when you stop, they don't realize where they're at and whether or not they're still rolling.
Yeah, that discombobulation only needs to have an effect for a brief moment in time to have an eternal result. As the referee Williams with the obligatory 10 count, Gresham and Gory fighting to their feet Yeah, we're not going to have any double countouts here, that's for sure.
And Gory having trouble standing, having trouble moving, but still getting enough base to throw some strikes.
Oh. Yeah, Gory is staggered even before he struck. Gresham, a lot more sturdy base, but still getting rocked by the taller and perhaps more intense Gory. Man, talk about a dead heat. Who's going to give first?
I was going to say, neither man's going to give up.
And this offense almost inadvertently firing up their opponents as Gresham hops back up and explodes. German, but Gory to his feet. Gory the double stomp. But he hurt his own knee coming down. Oh, lung blower hurt his knee even worse. All of Gory's offense, so much of it working against him. Near fall. And if Gory hadn't stopped to favor the knee, could he have gotten the extra couple seconds he needed to keep Gresham down?
Well, I feel Gory also didn't really get the pressure on the pin that he wanted because he was laying awkwardly and couldn't adjust himself because of the knee.
What a hell of a Super Indy Championship matchup and the largest IWC record attendance for the White Oak Athletic Association. Gory with an ominous prognostication. Will he hit the QAS? Stepped it off! Gory's got it! No!
I think he baited him in by faking a tweak on the knee. Gresham tried to run in to take advantage and met a super kick. And then Gory, QAS.
That's the closest Gory's gotten yet. Trying to slap some feeling back in that knee.
Whoa.
Smack it back into place. Roll through. Gresham. Hurricane Runaway, shoulders trapped. Gresham on top of the knee. Relentless approach. All of Gresham's body weight, and now rapid fire, knee to the canvas.
Just slamming that knee into the canvas again and again and again.
Gory's trapped. Gresham got a killer instinct. Did the referee stop it? Gory couldn't defend himself anymore, and Gresham came out on top with a championship, Jayworth.
Perhaps the most unique ground and pound variant I've ever seen. Just continually ramming that injured leg into the mat until Gory was no longer able to defend himself, and the ref called the match.
And that's the key point, Jayworth. The referee called the match. Nowhere in that equation did Gory give up or concede this contest.
And Gory up to a seated position, clutching that leg.
Well, both these men know they were just in a hell of a fight.
And Gresham retaining the title, standing there staring at Gory. I think he's letting him know. I think he wants to show a sign of respect, but they're trying to let him know he's not going to attack him.
And keep in mind Gresham's mission of defeating all the prior Super Indy champions to prove his superiority. He got step one done. It was a hell of a fight. He earned it. Both these men earned the adulation of these fans. And Gory must be so heartbroken if he's got a heart. He came so close. The championship he fought his whole career for, he fought his ass off one more night. Gresham was just the better man, just barely. It may have been a judgment call. Gory may not have agreed with it, but for his own future, I think it was the best call to make.
You rarely see any positivity out of Gory. So to see him acknowledge the loss to Gresham is a rare sign of respect and, frankly, positivity.
Gresham still the champion as we count down to Unbreakable 6-way ladder match. Pollock's championship in jeopardy.
Sidekick Media Services. We are your sidekick in business for social media, video production, and more. Find out more at sidekickmediaservices.com.